My fascination with love, a relationship, and marriage, and the whole dynamics of diversity and the conflicts that both people face coming together and the challenges internally and externally. So that was always my fascination with how people were able to defy what society said when they were told they couldn't get married or weren't allowed to, or they were looked upon differently. So that was always my fascination. Working in fashion, and I've been working in fashion for over 25 years, and I worked for some amazing magazines: Condé Nast, Hearst Communication, Meredith Publication. And I remember, quite frankly, one of the editors, amazing woman, she's Irish, and I would ask her, hey, how come you don't have black women as brides? And she would say, okay. It was a touchy subject, and she says, oh, she's black, but she was light skinned, she was Hispanic. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's good enough for now. But then you start to see it's a pattern of the light skin. And I asked her again another time, and finally she said to me, why don't you start your own magazine? You want to make so much of a change. And I was like, you know what, I will. And for me, just going through pages of magazines, and I appreciate Martha Stewart Wedding, I appreciate Brides Magazine, I appreciate In Style Magazine, and their vision and their beauty and the elegance. And as you can see with my boards, they're my inspirations. But at the end of the day, as a woman of color, as a petite woman, as a Caribbean woman, I want to see someone that looks like me, that I can identify with. And I know if I feel that way, somebody else has to be feeling the same way too. So the audience that I'm specifically targeting is everybody in my perfect world. But the mission, the goal of the TV aspect of the magazine is to take us virtually around the world and show you that the world is not the little block, the box, the town you live in. There's so much out there. There's so much beauty that's out there. And doing it the one way isn't the only way. And life is so much more beautiful when you explore other cultures and learn about other people. We can't truly say that we're God's children if we can't accept everything about what makes us all different and beautiful. We don't go into a garden, into a field, and only see one range of flowers. We see diversity in it, but we accept that. But when it comes to people, I'm sorry, it can only be black or white, nothing in between. And I don't think that's the reality of the world. I don't think that's ever been the reality of the world. The challenge is not, I don't think it's limited to just black and white. I think it issues down to diversity in religion, the way you feel about your relationship with God, the way you feel about your relationship with your mother, your father, how you were raised. All of those play a factor in it. But today, speeded up to modern time, we're still facing the same challenges. That doesn't change because humans are humans. We're, exploring how we engage with one another. We're hoping this will be better than the last generation. But each generation, I believe, has made a progress, but it's still a learning process. We learn differently. We react differently to different things. For some people, if that's all you've known and you see something different, you're not ready for it. But maybe if I do educate you about it and see that we're not so different, maybe you might be more accepting of it. And so my goal is, again, the oldest union is marriage, and out of marriage comes family. I don't care when you break it down and strip everybody of all their titles. At the end of the day, people want to feel security and love from their family unit. And that's all I want to promote, is at least explore that enough. You know, if it's a family of 2, if it's a family of 4, if it's a family of 10, if it's a tribe, whatever it is, how we view family and the role of family plays in a community is what the goal of World Bride magazine is. And yes, young people are taking controls of their life, and they are making statements, and they're willing to explore, as long as we stop feeding them our fears. Because children, you know, when you put your child on a bike and they're learning, they don't know they're going to get hurt until you start screaming and saying, oh my God, what happened? But after it's happened, they get up and they go ride the bike again. The same thing with love and diversity and change. It's, oh, I didn't know, but let me learn. Let me see why, how, you know, and it becomes a little bit interesting. You don't need to agree, because I don't think anybody wants anybody to agree with them and their perception of love, life, marriage, but I want you to respect it. And I think that's the key thing, is with World Bride magazine, we're looking to show you how to respect the diversity of a woman, of a man, the union of marriage, love, relationship, and explore it. Explore the basic thing we all search for, love.